After playing some of the worst basketball that Angel Reese has played all season, Angel Reese in the last 4 games has played some of her best basketball. And I know some people that watch my podcast won't like that I'm saying something positive about Angel Reese, but I can't call myself someone worth a salt if I can't give someone credit when it's due because she's earned it. Now, she was coming off a stretch of ball where she shot 8%, 23%, 31%. And you were wondering, at least I was, is she fading? Is she fading? And it would have been really understandable because, quite frankly, I think Carl Smesco plays her too many minutes. Hell, I think he plays I think he plays his entire starting five too many minutes. But she's turned it around. And as she's turned it around, the Atlanta Dream have now won 4 straight games. Now, 3 of these games are against lesser competition with the LA Sparks a couple times and the Phoenix Mercury, but it is a 4 game road trip. And they started the road trip up with a 97-82 dominant win over the Las Vegas Aces. And Angel Reese had 21 points and 10 rebounds in that game. She shot 46% from the floor. In the next game, she had that perfect night. 9 for 9 from the floor. She was 2 for 2 from 3. She had 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. And her fan base was losing their minds because Carl Smesco pulled her out before she had a chance to hit that triple-double. Oh, they were up 36, by the way. So I understood why he pulled her out. And she still played 30 minutes in that game. You move on to the Phoenix game. She goes for 31 and 14, probably the best game she's ever played in her life. Yeah, even better than the 9 for 9. She was 14 for 21, 31 points, 14 rebounds, 4 steals. She played the best game of her life that night against Phoenix. And now tonight against the LA Sparks again. Well, she had kind of a reversal of fortune when it comes to shooting the basketball. 4 for 14, got her shot blocked. I counted at least 4 times by Cam Brink. But she did something that's never been done before. It wasn't the 11 points. Angel Reese grabbed 26 rebounds. I do not care how you grab 26 rebounds. 26 rebounds is utterly ridiculous. It is a WNBA record. 26 boards. And before everyone jumps on board and says, oh, they're a bunch of me-bounds. Yes, some were. But she had 18 defensive rebounds. You have to tip your cap. You have to tip your cap. They got 18 from Ryan Howard tonight. Alicia Gray had 20. Naz Hillman had 12. Jordan Canada had 9. Once again, Carl Smesco is playing the hell out of his starters. Doesn't really use the bench. Angel Reese played 38 minutes tonight. But you got to give credit where it's due, man. Welcome back, everyone, to Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. Atlanta Dream Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez. Hit that like button, hype button, subscribe. Leave your comments. Let me know your thoughts. Like I said, I'm one that's going to give you praise when you earn it, and I'm one that's going to rip your shit open when you don't. I think I'm pretty consistent in that regard. And I'm not going to go out of my way making a whole bunch of videos about Angel Reese and all that stuff on a night-to-night basis because, quite frankly, I don't have the time. And she still gets her shot blocked way too damn much, in my opinion. There's somebody has got to fix it. Somebody has got to help her because it makes no sense that you're 6'3" tall and you get your shot blocked so damn much. It doesn't make a ton of sense. She brings the ball way too far down to her hip and so forth. And that is one of her biggest issues. I'm looking for highlights to pull up. I mean, being honest, and I can't because most of the highlights are lowlights. But so I'm not going to do that. But 26 rebounds is 26 rebounds, people. It's a WNBA record. I do believe that she also passed the season record for rebounds in a season, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she set two WNBA rebounding records, single game and season rebounding records she set tonight. Um, the previous record for a game was Shamiqua Holdsclaw back in May 23rd, 2003. She had 24 for the Washington Mystics. Angel Reese now has 458 rebounds in 37 games on the season. That's 7 more than A'ja Wilson's mark set in 2024 in 38 games. So that's big. She broke her previous single game career high at 22 that she set in 2024. Her 27th double-double of the season. And she's one double-double shy of tying the single season record set by Alyssa Thomas in 2023. Her teammates rave about her. Alicia Gray, that's a talent. I'm just in awe watching her rebound. Y'all should make more shots. They don't shoot the ball that well from the field. The Atlanta Dream are one of the lower percentage shooting teams in the WNBA. So she's on the right squad to grab even more rebounds than she was grabbing in Chicago. But you got to give her credit, man. I mean, look, I'm critical of her. People make fun of her, but I've always said that she plays hard as shit. And if you gave me the option to trade Aaliyah Boston for her, I would make that trade in a second because I know I'm gonna get someone that's gonna play her ass off. I know someone that's gonna. I know someone that's gonna play her ass off. It's just that simple. Um, as she just joined the Atlanta Dream this year, obviously people are looking at their season and comparing it to last year, which record-wise they're right now 25-13 with 6 games left. So in order for them to tie their season record last year, they would have to go 5-1 to finish the season. Probably unlikely. They do play Portland on Friday, and then they have Minnesota on Sunday. That's at home before going on the break, and then they come back to Connecticut, Chicago, New York, both on the road. Both games will absolutely have major implication on seeding for the playoffs. This isn't going to be a situation where a team like Atlanta or New York or Indiana or even Washington or Vegas can afford to sit people out and rest for the playoffs. Because if they care about where they're seated, they're going to have to win games. But I do think with their final 6 games and 3 of them being very good teams, really Minnesota being the best team and New York being both road games to finish the season, I think going 5-1 will be tough. Nonetheless, this is a team that has had some ups and downs, but a team that I also said at the beginning of the year I thought would win the WNBA championship because I did think that Angel Reese would have a massive impact on the success of this team if she could understand her role. At times, I think she loses sight of her role being grab boards. But then at the same time, Bree Jones has not played. So that's kind of also forced her into more of an offensive-minded approach in my opinion. And therefore, you see games where she takes 21 shots. Now, in that particular game against Phoenix, where she had 31 and 14, I mean, hell, it's a great game, man. That's all you can say. But this has been a big road trip for her, and it was a very, very important road trip for the team because if she didn't play well, it would have been hard for them to win. They need her to perform. They need her to shoot the ball at a decent enough clip. And she did that in 3 of the 4 games. And then tonight she had 26 boards. I mean, that's literally crazy. Angel Reese said after the game last time I was here, which was a couple days ago, I didn't miss any shots. Tonight I couldn't hit shit. So I knew I was going to be able to get them on the rebounding side. I just want to be consistent from my team offensively, defensively, whatever it takes to win. And look, the Dream are a team to deal with, man. They had their little lull mid-season where they struggled and lost. I think it was like 5 straight games. They had their lull, but they have seemingly figured it out. You can go back and that stretch, back-to-back losses to Golden State, a Seattle loss, the Washington loss, and then Golden State again. I mean, so realistically, 4 of those 5 losses were against playoff teams, and 3 of them were against the best defensive team in the WNBA in Golden State. 2 of those being on the road. And then they seem to have figured it out. Since then, they've gone 6, 7, 9. They've gone 13 and 4. So they went from 12 and 9 to 25 and 13. They've gone 13 and 4. Their losses come into Portland by 10, Vegas by 22, Washington again by 5, and Indiana by 4. So 3 playoff teams and 1 non-playoff team. But they have figured it out. When Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray are going, and Reese plays well, bro, there's not a lot of teams that could beat this group. I'm just being completely real. There's not a lot of teams that can beat this team if those 3 are going well. Like, even if you look at the game against the Fever, that they lost 95-91 in overtime, a game that Reese could have, if she hits a last-second layup, they win the game, and they're sitting at 26 and 12 right now, and 14 and 3 in their last 17. And the Fever, who right now is actually a half game behind them, that's their matchup right now for the playoffs in the 4-5. But even in that game, the only player that played well in that game was Alicia Gray. Angel Reese played like shit, and Ryan Howard played like shit. So you got 1 good performance, and they lost by 4. This team has a lot of talent, and that was a game they played without Jordan Canada as well. So I think it's going to be really interesting. We're hitting the playoffs. We're hitting the playoffs soon enough. And right now, as the standings are set, the Dream are the 4 seed. They're a half game ahead of Indiana, who's the 5. This would be a rematch of last year's first round, when it was a 3-6 series. And that's going to be one hell of a series. This is when you wish the WNBA would have the sense to not have these best of 3s. This should be at least the best out of 5. I don't understand the logic of which the WNBA carries itself here, because this is a series in itself that will break all. This is a series in itself that would break all TV ratings viewership for the WNBA probably in history. I would venture to guess that all of those games would do 3 million viewers. But they have it as a best of 3. Now it's possible that won't be the matchup. I mean, look, the Aces are only a half game ahead of them at 26 and 13. The Liberty are right there as well, 23 and 15. So there's a mosh pit of teams between 3 and 6. Hell, 3 and 7. But realistically, where you're looking at it for the most part is you're looking at wondering where the Aces, Dream, and Fever will fall. And they got one more matchup with the who do they have? They did say they have the Fever? No, they don't have the Fever. They got the Liberty twice, and they got the Lynx. So again, those are some big games, man. But you got to give Angel Reese credit, man. People don't like. I mean, I get it. I'm not that dude, man. I'm not that dude. If the girl plays well, I'm gonna give her credit, man. If she doesn't, I'm gonna say it as well. And I really haven't said it much this season, but she deserves credit, man. She's been playing really, really well, and they're winning because of her. That's all I got. Y'all leave y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell. Hype this video. This is Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball in conjunction with Atlanta Dream Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.